Good morning, good afternoon, maybe good evening. Just wanted to let you know that wherever you are and what time it is, that I'm sending you lots of love. This last week, I had the extreme pleasure of spending time in Sedona, Arizona. If you're familiar with Sedona, I know you know what I mean right away. If you don't know about Sedona, please look it up. It is a magical, life-changing place. I used to live in Arizona for about almost 10 years, and I would visit Sedona any chance that I could. I've been there many, many times, but this last trip was, all I can say is it was magical. One of the highlights of the trip was a friend and I were hiking up one of the areas that has a vortex. It has a female energy and a male energy present. On the way to the trailhead, we were met by this wonderful man who handed me a heart. Now, he made this heart out of the red rock of Sedona. He had chiseled a small rock and put it in this beautiful shape of a heart. And he told me that any time that I wanted to go back to Sedona, to feel that magic, to just place that heart on my heart. And also, how important it is that we share love with each other. Now, this man does this every day, 3 times a day, hands out hearts that he creates from the red rock. He also places hearts in all the trees on the trail up to the vortex area. My friend and I had spent hours on top of this vortex area meditating and just really soaking it in. We were about to head our way down, and guess who came back up the trail? Yep, you're right. It was Robert. That's the man with the hearts. He was on his way back up to climb up to one of the highest points that he could climb safely and play his flute. Well, my friend and I could not leave. There's no way. He climbed up there. I really wanted to follow, but he went so fast that I wasn't confident or feeling sure-footed at that moment to follow him. So I sat down on one part of the rock, and my friend sat on another, and we listened to the flute music. The music was amazing. It touched my soul. I'm bringing this up today because I wanted to talk to you about what your feelings are about different aspects of your life. And one aspect of your life is money. Now, what does money have to do with a vortex and a beautiful area like Sedona, Arizona? Well, money is one thing that either makes you get excited because you think you have plenty, or makes you feel really poorly because you feel you don't have enough. There have been studies done that show that it really doesn't matter what the amount of money is that you have, because it appears that the more money that you have, the more likely you fear losing it and what would happen if. So we hear the old adage that the simple life is the best life, right? When you look back on your life, if you've had times or you're currently in a hard time financially, when you look back on those times, we often say those are the best times of our life. And why is that? Well, could it be that our mindset really sets the pace as to whether or not money makes a difference in our life that way? Now, I understand that we must have our needs met. There's no doubt about that. Having food and shelter and clothing is very important. But how much? And how big of a house? I want to make sure you know that this is not about judgment. I just want to share with you my viewpoint. I've had the opportunity to live in people's driveways without running water and to live in very large homes. I found that I was the same person no matter how much stuff or money that I had. And that the money and earning more money was great, but I still had the same amount of money left over at the end of the month. What I've discovered is that there really are a couple of attitudes that happen around money. They are Either you are a taker or you're a giver. Now, you might think of that in a traditional way, but let me explain my viewpoint. A taker can be somewhat obvious, like if you're in sales and you can't wait to bag your next customer or client or however you might look at it. Have you ever thought that also the attitude of taking can come from how much money am I going to earn today when I go to work? You might be thinking, well, that's what you go to work for, right? Are you happy? Do you love to go to your job? Well, I'd like to invite you to explore the potential of a different way to look at it. That is of a giver. Now, we've often heard that, giving is better than receiving. I think that's how it goes. Or that you feel better when you give than when you receive, or something like that. Well, I think it's good to be on both ends. So, being a giver, what does that mean? Well, when you approach either earning money or sharing money from a giving perspective, it's an indication that you're willing to serve. If you've been on your spiritual path for any length of time, you've probably heard speakers or read books that talk about getting into a place of service is the best place to be to really become who you really are. So when you're looking at earning money, whether you have your own business or you're working for someone else, think about the activities that make you the happiest. Are they the ones where you're networking or making phone calls? If they don't make you happy, take a look at why you're doing them. Yes, I know there will be things in a business that we don't like to do. And if you aren't in a position yet where you can hire someone to do those things for you, maybe you're in a position where you could trade your services for someone to do what it is that you don't enjoy doing. What I'm getting to is that we often fill our time with busy work and things that we think that we should be doing. When you're in a giving mode, you're thinking about, how can I serve you? I want to serve you. I would love to get to know you as a client, but that's not my purpose in making these videos. You don't know me, and you don't know if working with me would work for you. So if I was just after the sale, so to speak, I would be in a taking mode. A giving mode is sharing with you knowledge, waking up every day so excited to come talk to you, and being sure that the way that I spend my time is about giving. Now, I'm talking about giving, not giving away your last dollar, giving away all your clothes. I mean, there are many ways to look at this. I'm just asking you to check your mindset, to see if you have a taking mindset, as if I need to do this because I need to get that, or are you in a giving mindset? So if you work for someone else, when you get up and you're ready to go to work, do you think about serving? Let me give you an example. I have spent many, many years working as a sales manager. I have found that the salespeople, whether they're selling a product or an intangible such as education, do much better when they are not apologetic. Now, here's an example. These people are also takers. And it may be they just haven't heard this or learned a new way to do it. So when a person on my team would say to a potential customer, "Oh, I'm so sorry, I'm taking up your time. Oh, I'm so sorry," and apologizing for sharing the product. The most successful people that I've ever led are the ones that are so excited and to share the product information because they believe that what they're doing is good for the other person. So, do you see that's another way that you could be a taker? Is that you're sorry for interrupting someone. You're taking up their time. Let them decide that. Come from a place of service. Believe that what you have to share is important and it really can change their life. It doesn't matter if you're selling knives, or you're selling homes, education, or coaching service. It doesn't matter. Watch yourself. It's about your mindset. I would love to hear your feedback on this. Please take a moment and share with me your thoughts on this. I'm happy to discuss the concept more with you, but I just wanted to plant the seed today. I'm honored to have spent this time with you today. I look forward to seeing you soon.